Hello there, I'm Yngwie Malmsteen, Yngwie J. Malmsteen, not to be confused with all other Yngwie Malmsteens. And this is Premier Guitar's Big Five. What's my favorite guitar? Well, I made a decision many, many years ago not to have one because for a long time I had a favorite guitar, or a couple different ones. And once I get used to it, I don't feel good playing anything else. So I don't know if you guys saw a video recently. I played a 59 Les Paul online in a music store. And everybody's saying on the comments, hey, it sounds exactly the same. Even though it's 12 gauge strings, no scallops and humbucking pickup. The thing is that I have a favorite, of course. I have these. You know, these are the Yngwie Malmsteen models, which I've used for many years now. So I don't have one favorite one, simply because when I go on the road and stuff like this, I wanna make sure I don't lose them or something like that. What's my desert island album? Well, first of all, I'm going to do everything I can to avoid ending up on a desert island. That's my first advice to everybody. That's not a good thing to do. And so I'm going to do everything I can not to be there. And I don't have one. I don't. Same thing as with the guitar. I can't pinpoint one thing. I have a kind of music that I love to hear. Certain compositions by Johann Sebastian Bach, or Philip Emanuel Bach, Antonio Vivaldi, Niccolo Paganini, so on. As far as rock and roll goes, I like to read old Purple and C-pop and these. But I can't say just one. It's impossible. My biggest guitar culture pet peeve. I actually read that question before I did this, and I spoke to my son about it. And I said I pleaded fifth on that. No, seriously, I can't really mention anything because I've never really been a person that actively follows things or go in certain directions because of or whatever. So I can't think in those terms really. I'm very much spontaneous. I pick the guitar up and I play it, and if it's great, it's great. If it's not, it's not. And I just do what I do. It's an interesting phenomenon because I was doing this for decades before there was an internet. And I'm sure there were people saying certain things then too. I just didn't hear them. I don't hear them now either. But I have a very strong self-criticism built in that I don't really, I filter, I don't allow things that is not up to what I would consider my standards. So if I do something that I feel is very strong and something that I feel very passionate about, and someone says something derogatory about it, I say, well, you can listen to something else. This is my art. This is my expression. This is what I do. You try to please everybody, you please nobody. My new album is a perfect example of this. My new album, Parabellum. It is completely void of compromise. It doesn't have any compromise whatsoever in any which way, shape, or form. It's completely only an expression of what I feel, what I'm passionate about, what came to me spontaneously, So again, what could be the least important thing to me is what somebody with an iPhone thinks and puts on the internet. Well, I guess everybody already knows that I love Holdsworth. When I was a teenager, I walked into a music store and they were playing the music in the store, and it was the UK album, In Dead of Night. And I was totally knocked out. I mean, I couldn't believe how good it was. And so that he was a dear friend of mine too. He was an amazing guy. I like B.B. King. He's just magical. I mean, I don't think anybody could play one note and say so much as he did. What I found that appeals to me, and no matter what instrument they play, is the sincerity that comes across. Secret weapon for me, it's probably that I'm extremely passionate about what I do, and I'm relentless, and I do not, for instance, you gotta understand something. You gotta remember that in the late 1970s, people didn't play things like, but I started playing things like that because I took inspiration from classical violin. And for me to do that, there was no online lessons, there was no books, there was no teachers, there was nothing. And it wasn't something I could put on the record and listen, okay, I'm going to listen to what this guy's doing. No, I wanted to take the technique from classical violin Paganini, Vivaldi, Tchaikovsky, they're on the neck guitar. If I put my mind to something, that's it. Consider it done. Even the most outlandish, extreme thing. And that's just the way that I think that's would be my strength. Then, you know.